We had a video on incels, people that are voluntarily celibate, and someone wrote in and said, "White males that are incel are very pathetic. You belong to a group of men that is the most sought after by women. So your inability to get a decent woman is, all caps, completely your own fault. You are the definition of a loser if you have the advantage but keep losing." And I wanted to respond to this.
Sure. Thank you, mean comment person.
This is Reed Mahaka from readaboutsex.com.
Kathy Vartuli from theintimacydojo.com. Compassionate, generous, not mean.
Most of the time. Lumping a whole group of people in together and making rash judgments about that is not a really good way to help people generally. So saying all white men are all desired, most sought after by women, I don't think that's really true, or may not be true in many cultures. There's that may not be true. And to blame someone completely your own fault, shaming someone for not having skills or abilities, that again doesn't help. It just tends to put people down, and I'd rather lift people up and help them learn skills and encourage them to find new ways of interacting.
Haters are going to hate, and generally speaking, haters don't have actually great advice.
Yeah. So blaming yourself, for anyone who might have read that comment or probably seen comments like this elsewhere, when we blame ourselves, it's my own fault, I can't get this, that doesn't empower you. So saying, hey, I may not know the skills to do this yet, that gives you a direction and a place to go. Like, okay, there are skills to relate to people. I'm not meeting the women that I would like to meet. I'm not, connecting in the way I want to. Maybe I should go learn new skills on how to communicate, how to interact. I can practice with more people. Part of it is numbers. At least, you can date 100 different people and you might find one or two that you really want to spend more time with, like initial dates kind of thing. So part of it is just getting out there and meeting more people. But to say something's your own fault because you have an advantage, I don't know that within white men there's a big range of different abilities and skills and interests. There's not all white men are instantly desirable.
Yeah, I mean, so first off, whenever you're going to leave a mean comment, please direct it at me, because I'm very interested in assholery. And why? If you are in this empowered place, a place of privilege, a place maybe it was hard won, you earned it all, you worked very hard to get to where you're at, then kicking somebody when they're down is just shitty behavior. Yeah. And while I guess I'm sure that somehow you feel good about it, I would question, what is that for you? Because that'd be like seeing a turtle on its back, and then kicking the turtle and seeing it skid across the road, into oncoming traffic. Why are you being an asshole? Yeah. That being said, use your powers for good. Stan Lee in Spider-Man: Amazing Tales, taught us with great power comes great responsibility. If you are this all-powerful, almighty, all-knowing being, oh hater, then use your powers for good. Uplift people. Be like, hey, here's been my experience with what, women, because not all women, seem to be attracted to or seem to engage with, which these days tends to be non-douchebaggery.
Yes.
So again, I'm just kind of I'm curious. I'm curious about humans. This is why I do what I do. And for folks who are having a hard time connecting with people, which can be for a plethora of reasons, we can empower ourselves to seek out resources to figure out how do I feel better about myself? What are things that most people seem to appreciate? Just, a thing for me is I drink a ton of coffee. And I have friends who will be like, Reed, you got the coffee breath thing going on. They don't really love it when it's just coffee. So I have to go take a breath mint, brush my teeth, Maybe drink more water or something like that. But again, like something really simple, like, you know, if you're somebody who suffers from, you know, halitosis or, you know, bad breath things, like, what could you do? Because I've had friends that I'm like, whoa, like, and now I'm curious, like, why is your breath like that? But it's
Not everybody's that curious.
yeah, but it's kind of like, well, how can we empower ourselves? How can we empower each other in ways that don't shame, don't blame? If we're going to blame anything, let's blame society and blame, you know, the douchebags out there. But it's like, how can we uplift? How can we empower? That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And I love that you tend to find the hater comments and we want to address them. But really, in this day and age, like, why are you being a douche? Why?
You taught me to address the comments, and I think I like to. So
Yeah. So haters are gonna hate, and taters are gonna take.
So if you have thoughts about this comment or about any of this issues, we'd love to know.
And last piece, I'm just gonna say, just because these kinds of comments don't really bother me, I also just want to create space and acknowledge that sometimes shit fucking hurts and stings, and that's okay too. On a good day, we can brush it off, and on a small day, the barb goes in deep. I get that too, and hopefully these videos are helping.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like,